Hello class. In our yesterday's class we have seen about zero order reaction and we had derived the integrated rate expression and we have seen the half-life for zero order reaction. Now today we are going to see a very important order of reaction, that is first order reaction, and this order of reaction is very important because from this you'll get the numerical in your ISC. So we need to know about the final expression, the derived integrated rate expression, and the half-life for first order reaction. So we'll begin as we have begin for zero order reaction. Now, first order reaction. A reaction is said to be first order if its reaction rate is determined by the variation of one concentration term only. So order of reaction can be called as first order if the rate of the reaction depends on one concentration term, that we call first order reaction. Now we'll derive the expression for it, integrated rate expression. Here also we'll need to use the knowledge of integration and logarithm that we have that you have in mathematics. Okay, so integrated rate expression first for first order reaction. Okay, so first we'll consider a general reaction, A giving you a product. Okay, say for at initially, that means when the reaction was not started, let the concentration of capital A be small a and the product will be 0. Now after a time t, let the x amount of reactant A get disintegrated and form the product x. So it will be A minus x into x. Now from this, if you want to write down the rate of reaction, so rate of reaction, that is dx by dt, will be proportional to A minus x, that is concentration of the reactant. When you remove this proportional sign, we'll put constant k, that is a rate constant. Now in this case, we'll just separate the variables as we do in integration. So dx will be divided by A minus x will come down and dt will go to the other side. Okay, like this. Now after that we integrate to both sides. Okay, integrating the above equation in both sides, you'll get like this. Now integration of dx by A minus x, you'll get it as minus ln A minus x. Ln is a logarithm with respect to base e. Okay, plus k into dt will be, k will be constant, so it will come in front, and the integration of dt is t only. Okay, and since this is indefinite integral, we are adding plus c, that is constant of integration. Okay, now we'll find the value for constant of integration, that is c, as we have done in zero order reaction. So for that we have taken at t equals to 0, x will be 0. Fine. Okay, now we'll put this value in this equation, so we'll get the value of c as minus ln a. Okay, now we'll put this value of c in this equation, so when you put in that, so it will become as minus ln A minus x equals to kt minus ln A. Now when you keep only k into t over here, what will happen, this ln will go to the other side and it will become plus. Okay, now when it becomes plus over there, it will be ln minus ln A minus ln A minus x. Now here we are using one formula, that is log A minus log B, that will be log A by B. So simply like that, ln A minus A minus x. Now we keep only k over here, so t will go down, so it will become 1 by t ln A divided by A minus x. Now when you convert this ln with respect to base e to the natural logarithm with respect to base 10, we need to multiply with the factor 2.303, then it will convert into logarithm. So k equals to finally 2.303 by t log 10 A minus ax. So as we know, A is the initial concentration and A minus x is the final concentration. So to replace that, if A naught is the initial concentration and the concentration after time t is A, capital A only, the above equation becomes as k equals to 2.303 by t log 10 A naught by A0. Now this is the expression. Okay, we'll be using this expression for our numerical calculation, and unit for rate constant for first order reaction is per time, that means it can be per second, per minute, like that. Now half-life for first order reaction. As we know, half-life period may be defined as the time required for half of the initial amount to reactant. Okay, now in that equation we'll put the value for t equals to t half. That means we are calculating the half-life, so the amount of x will become as a minus 2, that is the half of the initial concentration. So we'll use that value, k equals 2.303, then t half, okay, log a by 2. Okay, now when you just simplify it, okay, a and a will get cancelled and this 2 will go up, so that it will become log 2, and the value for log 2, and when you multiply with 2.303, log 2 value is 0.3010. You can check with calculator. So when you multiply that with 2.303, which will come as 0.693 by t half. So finally we got that k equals to 0.693 by t half, or we can also write as t half up and k down. Okay, so in that case t half will be equals to 0.693 by k. This equation is also very important for our numerical calculation. So from this equation it proves that the half-life for first order reaction is independent of concentration term. If you have seen the zero order reaction, there you'll find the initial concentration term, but in this we don't have. Okay, so it is independent. Now assignment for today, assignment 2 for your selection exam. Define first order reaction, question number 1. Question number 2, give examples of first order reactions. Question number 3, derive the integrated rate constant expression for first order reaction. And question number 4, write the half-life expression for first order reaction. And last one, mention the unit for first order rate constant. So complete this assignment and send it in my